Hi. So, I know this game blew up back in like 2017-ish? I don't know. But this is my first time playing. So, hold on. Okay. Let's just... Oh, ignore that. Anyways. Well, let's play for the first time ever. I refuse to embarrass myself by reading that. Hey! Alright, whatever, I'll read it. Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from a distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw towards herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works because you've known each other for so long. Yeah, I have one of those. We used to talk around school together, or we used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school... Shut up, Discord. Starting around high school... She would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase me after this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sighed and idle in front of the crosswalk, letting Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say, I can't read, guys. I can't read. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean. Oh, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have to, have it... I can't fucking read! God damn. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean after all, even if you wanted to. Whatever you say, Sayori. Oh. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets becoming increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, have you decided to on a club to join yet? Yeah, the esports and Minecraft club, gang. Yeah! A club? I already told you I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. I told me you'd join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure. It's a possibility that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. That's so real. So Ray likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just by getting the average... What? Just getting by on the average... I don't fucking know. Shut up, man. I was talking about how I was worried that she wouldn't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. Blah, blah, blah. I know you're happy, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years. What the fuck is that? You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Okay. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise to try a little? Yeah, I guess. I'll promise you that. Yay. Why do I get myself lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease my mind a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. God, this makes the plot twist so much worse, man. Oh, if you don't know, first of all, where the fuck have you been? Second of all, you'll see at some point. Maybe tonight, I don't know. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and I know it, and it's over before I know it. After I pack my things, I blankly stare at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. It's so real. Clubs. Sarah wanted me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Raymars had to come into the classroom while I was spacing out. Look around and I realized that I'm the only person left in here. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I just saw you sitting in here spacing out, so I decided to come in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late for your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, oh, what? Well, that you could come to my club, Sayori. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to your club. I'm not saying that. Sayori is the vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware she had any interest in literature. I'm sure she doesn't. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Fair enough. Since she was the only one to show interest after the one who proposed to the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Oh, I kind of told the club yesterday that I'd bring a new member. Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Not saying that. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's just so cunning to have planned all of this out. I let a long sigh out. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yay, let's go. I'm sorry if my voice is so monotone. I just do not want to put any emotion into reading this, bro. Ooh, it's gonna be embarrassing. And dejectedly, what the fuck does that mean? Follow Sayori to the school upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swipes open the classroom door. Everyone, the new club member is here. Hold on. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. That's Yuri. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? Natsuki. Way to kill the atmosphere. You. What a surprise, Monica. Welcome to the club. All warriors escaped me in this situation. Of course it did, you fucking gooner. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with a sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure that makes her look like a first-year student. She's also the one who made the cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns backwards to all the other girls. Anyways, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears to be comparably more matured and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. It sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right, great to see you again. Monica smiles sweetly. We know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. What does it feel like, me? Come sit down, Chaos Dog. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? Yum, yum, yum. I'm sorry. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that way there's space next to Monica, Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over the corner of the room. Oh, fuck. It's like, what? Hold on. It's like 12 o'clock. Where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Natsuki lifts the fuck? Natsuki lifts the foil to reveal half a dozen white... I cannot read! I'm just gonna kill myself. He's dead. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Haha, well, you know, just try and take one. People grab them. It's delicious. Oh, it's delicious. Good enough. I turned the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Why are you staring at me, gang? Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good, thank you. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I heard this somewhere before. Made them for you or anything. Blah 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 blah. But not for you, you know, dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each one of us before sitting down, the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You kept the whole tea set in this classroom. Don't worry, the teacher gives us permission. After all, who doesn't love a hot... After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea... Fuck! Oh. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you... enjoy it? Oh, good fuck. I guess. Don't you let yourself get intimidated. No, I like her. Trust. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself indolently. Damn! Monica raises an eyebrow and then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy to have me here, so it's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make sure the club is fun and exciting for everyone. You don't have to do that when they're dead, huh? Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. They can't stand all of the politics around major clubs. It feels like nothing about arguing about the budget, publicity, to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make it something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Okay, Ali Kusha, fucking meat writing. Then I'm surprised. Aren't there more people in the club yet? Must be hard to start a new club. You put it that way. Not very many people are interested in putting all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't really grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow from this club before we graduate. Yeah, we'll do our best. You know it. Why are there 4 women on my screen? I don't realize this from watching the videos, but like, damn, this is just Gooner heaven, gang. Like, such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these 3. Yeah, that's why there's still a line at the you remember joining. Although I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. I cannot. So what kind of things do you like to read? Considering how little I've read in these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I'd smoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's smile. What about you? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the trim of her teacup. My favorite are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. I know. I like a good story in such a foreign world. Equally impressive. Well then, how would one navigate to the down menu right there? She also timid by the moment I walked in. It's obvious, by the way. Her eyes lit up and she found comfort in the books, but not people. Whoa. Oh, okay. It's kind of cool, I guess. But, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually impress me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination and to completely throw you for a loop? Ooh. Oh, did I press the wrong button? I pressed the wrong button. Fucking stupid. Anyways, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Yeesh. I read a horror book one time. I desperately grasped for something I can relate to her on a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having the conversation with the rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri, for some reason, or for someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about your own cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! Give it back. Fine. Your cupcake poems. Your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is just as cute as you are. That's gay. I'm not cute. You write your own poems? Well, I guess some. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. Ooh. The best form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing the deepest reaches of your heart. Where's my phone at? Hold on. Oh, damn. Badass. Okay. Oh, do you have any experience? Really? Share some of your work. We can set an example to help Natsuki feel comfortable to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri quizzically look up at Monica. More like, hestically. Let's go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll share all of them with each other. That way everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think that'll help us. I forget that there's 5 members now, not just 4. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think that would be, that would help us all get a little bit more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, dog? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sorry may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs that I haven't looked at, and I lose my train of thought. All 4 girls steer back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought, oh, yes, dog. You all, I'm defenseless against these girls. Of course you are. You're me, bro. I know you better than you know me. Just kidding. You know me exactly as much as I know you. Oh God. How am I supposed to make all these clear-headed decisions when it's like this? Oh. This is what's writing. If writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, great. I decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sayuri wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll stop recording. Hold on. You really did scare me for a moment. If you really came just for the cupcakes, I wouldn't be super pissed. That makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone, I think that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem, blah, 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 blah. Monica looks over at me once more. Chaos Dog, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Can I really impress the star or class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? My writing skills are not mediocre. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Chaos Dog, since we're already here, you want to walk home together? No. That's right, Sayuri and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay. You can just hang yourself. I'm sorry. We're not to that part yet. That, the two of you depart from the classroom, making your way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 4 girls: Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending all day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Yeah, definitely, Monica, gang. I don't want none of these other girls. I want Monica for real. I just need to make the most of my circumstances and I'll be good. Or good fortune will start to come my way. Isn't there trophies for this game? Hold on. Okay, so there is a couple of them. We need to write a perfect poem for all 4 of the girls. Start a new game and achieve 100% data collection. Oh, and finish all the side stories for the platinum. Shouldn't be too bad, I guess. And with that, I guess the writing poem starts tonight. time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member would like. Let me pick some nerd words. Frightening. Vitality. Uncanny. Anger. Oh, fuck. Hopeless. What do you mean? Fireworks. Good enough. Hi again. Glad to see you didn't run away from us. Haha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Oh, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Chaos Dog. I hope this isn't too overwhelming. That's a big word, man. Accustomed to it. Yeah, I'm so fucking smart, man. Come on. I'm making you dive headfirst into a literature club when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. So you told me you didn't even want to join the clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't get to see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps manga collections in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki pops back into her sleep. Don't worry, guys. I always gives his best, as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work, even without me asking, like cooking and cleaning my room. How dependable. Say that's because your room is so messy it's distracting, and you almost forget or set your house on fire. Is that so? So you two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come you and Chaos Dog are becomes good friends too? Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems a bit oblivious to the weird situation that is put in front of me. Oh. Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Well, wait, Sayori. For me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing, is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like it's a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I guess that means it's that I rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, it won't be a big deal if you... Oh shit, it's gonna be a bloody note or something. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked a book that I thought you might enjoy. Oh, it's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. How's this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone is settled, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. Wait, do I save by pressing the menu button? Oh, there we go. I'm gonna save. Okay. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Natsuki a little bit, or Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I feel about distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah, crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and her eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry, we're just spacing out. I mutter this sentence. Something I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading this bit, so... That's the book you gave to me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted me to read some of it for you. Not for any particular reason, just curious. How can we have two copies of the same book? Well, you know, I stopped at the bookstore yesterday. That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it too soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick you up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's very engaging and a relatable story. That's so. So what's it about, anyway? Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front of the cover. Alright. Just wanted to make sure I don't actually give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost young sister, but as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human science experiment. And while her life is in danger, she desperately needs someone to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships. And her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so it had a dark turn out of nowhere. Ha ha ha. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. You're not a fan of that sort of thing, Chaos Dog? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Okay, I forgot Yuri's into those kind of things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a new perspective. When terrible hold on. My throat feels fucking terrible right now. When horrible things happen, not just because of someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, their own philosophy that they believe in. When suddenly you thought, you related to the protagonist. They're made out to be naive for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling again, aren't I? I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't been lost, interesting, or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then, but it feels like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange, and please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. It just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it now, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you were looking forward to it. Let me get the book. I quickly retrieve the book that I put into my bag. Alright, is it fine if I sit here? I sit in the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. You sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to, it's just something I'm not very used to. It's reading with company with someone else. I see. Well, tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. As soon as I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but this feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. Looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... you really apologize, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Haha. Here. This should work, right? I slide my desk up until it's against Yuri's, then, and hold my book. Fuck, I cannot read. I slide my desk up until it's against Yuri's, and then hold my book, more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders almost touching. Feels like my left arm is in the way, so I instead use my right one to open the book. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to open the page. Here. It's Matt. Yuri takes her left arms over the left side of the book, her thumb and her forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the side of the table. The way that I turn a page and Yuri slides it under the thumb after it flips over the side. But holding it like this, or hold it even closer than before, it's actually kind of distracting me. I can almost feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Oh, I turn the page. Oh, sorry. I got a little bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. Damn. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. Probably the least I can do since you've been so impatient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume she finishes the page before me, so I turn it on my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning the page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My hand gently letting go of the page, letting it float over to the side. She catches it with her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. She also second-guesses all of the things she says and does. Like she's afraid to do something wrong. It's not like I can see you into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of you and of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment, but Chaos Dog, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think so. Wait, I didn't mean it in like a bad way or anything. I'm sorry if I didn't. I'm sorry I didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess it's more of meant like cute. Why are you saying this all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we shared today's poems with each other. We might also not have enough time if wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if I haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. I'm sorry. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or do you prefer I only read it with you? I guess you don't have too much of a pressing sheet either way. If that's the case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun when I read with you after all. Picks it up a little bit after all, you know? That's a good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Okay, I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left in the book, so I slip it back into my bag. My throat hurts from talking so much, dog. Holy shit. Just talking, man. How did YouTubers do this 6 years? Like, damn. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've really never done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you go find someone to share with? Can't wait. Sayuri and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is wrinkled on a sheet of paper, wrinkled on a sheet of loose leaf torn from spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote from her notes in a composition. I don't know how to say that word. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Atsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same for myself. Let me try to read my poem to you first. Monica. I should start with Monica. Yesterday she seemed so eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in effort. Hi. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Okay. Alright, I'll bring that in mind. Keep that in mind. Of course you'll be afraid to bring things up. Look! I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway. You want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Haha. Don't worry, Chaos Dog. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But that's the story of the barrier that we'll learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. And Monica, my poem. Great job, Chaos Dog. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. Really? It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why I didn't expect you to go so far, for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easy for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess I won. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know, Yuri likes this type of writing, right? Writing that is full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to desire their own meaning of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuisances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri here has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure it'll end up different for you. Bro. I'm sure it'll end up trying different things a lot. Or I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could be a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way I can find that's the best way to find a style that kind of fits you. Everyone else may be a little bit more biased towards their own styles. But I'll always help you for whatever suits you find the most. Yeah. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Haha. Anyways, do you want to read my poem now? I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who doesn't seem to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? See. So let's read it then. I can barely read cursive, man. Come on. It couldn't have been me. See, the direction is spackle. What the fuck is spackle? It produces a noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend I'll never know. I wasn't home. So I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I'm real blind. I don't know what you're talking about, man. So what do you think? It's very freedom. free form. That's what you want to call it. Sorry, I'm not really, just like really the first thing that you should ask about feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. Oh, I'm so fucking tired. After this chapter or whatever, after I go back home, I'll save and then probably stop streaming. Let this video get some views, I guess. And then go watch YouTube. That is, a lot of poems have been seen putting emphasis on the timing between two words and times. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? I'm not sure how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of emphasis or emphasis recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An emphasis? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone's better friends and know each other. Tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain needs to get fixed on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself something down the paper and tidy it up later. Another way that you can think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So move your hand, go with the flow. That is my advice for today. Thanks for listening. As Yuri reads my poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. Yeah, what was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri covers her face and mouth, but barely ends up covering both face. You're gonna hate me. Hey, you really don't want to do anything, Yuri. Okay. I guess you're right. What am I getting myself so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Do you use your imaginary and metaphors in the case you write poetry before? Dude, I'm seeing shit. What the fuck? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. What do you mean by that? Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words and poem, as if getting it down for me roughly. Okay. This is the reason I was able to hear. Fuck, I am so fucking jumpy right now because I'm tired. And when I'm tired, I jump to wake myself up. I flinch myself so that way I stay awake. I keep doing that, so I accidentally keep pressing the X button. But that's the risk I'm willing to take, I guess. Oh, I'm no longer tired. Awesome. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think there are most noticeable things that new writers is they're trying to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up writing styles from separate topic from the manner, and they don't fit in together. The end result is, well, the style and expressions that you're weakened. Once Yuri finds a train of thought in her mind, meaner totally. Her stammering is completely gone. She sounds like an expert, of course. That's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that come to writing that even in writing a simple poem, not just finding them but building them, you have to get them to work together. probably just the most challenging part. I take you some time, but it comes with practice and learning by example. Oh, yeah, the text bubble does move. That's kind of cool. Also, I hope that everyone in the clubs gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that, sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thoughts and process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamingly, as if that's a rare opportunity for you. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? I cannot read that at all. Sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. Oh, my fault. I wasn't thinking that at all. Yes, I was. But you took a long time to read. Writers don't read scripts very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. I also liked the poem. Even though it was short, it was really descriptive. It was too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. To be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghost series? Actually, the story isn't like ghosts at all, Chaos Dog. Really? I must have missed it at the point. Well, I suppose you did. Only glance over it after all. Shut up, man. But remember, the poets often express their own feelings, their thoughts and feelings, and express their work. They usually do more than tell simple stories or plain literature. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is being symbolically compared to a ghost. God, you guys are such nerds. Shut up. Lingering in the past reminds a comfort unable to let go of the past and soon be left with nothing. That's a more solemn way to put it. I haven't had anything thought of like that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so nah. If there's anything, I'd probably learn it from you too. Think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I'm really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I ended up enjoying it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you guys, Doug. Too. Okay, well, bye, chat.